Hello world and welcome to my channel. This video is about a product called reusable ice. That's it there. EZEE Freeze reusable ice. Well, I hope you like this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Cheers. Yeah, I'm here at a BCF domain and I'm going to grab some reusable ice. This is it. It's called EZEE Freeze. I'm going to give it a go and see if it works alright with the frozen blocks I have. Now, you're probably wondering what is reusable ice. Well, it's virtually water in little plastic cubes, which you can reuse over and over and over again. Some people are using it in drinks so that it doesn't water their alcohol down. Once it's clean, I suppose you can put it in there, it keeps your drinks cold, but it doesn't water it down. And you probably wonder why I want it. Because I've got a fridge. Well, it's the times when you need an esky. You go to a party, you need to take some drinks. In my case also, I go out in the boat occasionally with a friend and I need to put it in a Dometic esky and use it in that with association with 2 3-litre bottles of frozen water. Now, it's supposed to last between 24 and 48 hours, which I doubt by itself. That's why I'm going to use it with block ice as well as that. So when I go out in the boat, I can and then take the beer, my drinks, the water, food, and then if I do catch any fish out there, I can then throw them in and there'll still be enough ice left to get home after virtually 24 hours to 36 hours, something like that. And that's my aim at it. So I'll just show you what they are. Yeah, so I'll just open these up for you. So what they are is this. You can see them. They're virtually little plastic cubes of water. I thought they might have been gel, like that. Now some are blue, makes no difference, just gives colour to your esky. And some are the white ones, and some are off-white. So you got 3 different colours by looking at it in there. Dark blue, light blue and white. Now, yeah, I aim to freeze it and give them a go. I might do it this weekend with the block ice and my 2 thermometers I've got. They're suitable for fridges, and see how I go. Now the advantages of having reusable ice is time saving. And one-time cost, you pay money and then you can reuse it over and over and over and over again. and they're BPA plastic free. BPA-free plastic, yeah. So it's a fairly large bag. I suppose it takes the place of an ordinary bag of ice. I suppose you pay $5.50 for a bag of ice. It was last time I paid for it anyway. Now the instructions are to place in the freezer for at least 8 hours before use. Use in cold drinks only. Hand wash recommended to prolong lifespan. So with this product here, I am going to put it in the freezer, and then probably the next day or two I will do a test on it and see how long it actually lasts, and see if it lasts the time limit I want. For my first test I'm going to be doing with this usable ice, I've got two choices of eskies, cooler boxes or chili bins, or whichever way all over the world they call it, but in Australia we call them eskies, which is a brand name, but an esky is an esky in Australia. It's like this. So this one is a Evercool Ice Cool 24 litre box. It's, I don't know, probably about 20 mil walled, sealed. You can lock it down pretty tight, and that's probably the one I'd be using most of the time because of the size. This one here is a Dometic 33 litre cool ice. It's thicker walled, deeper. Also it can be locked down with these tags, but it is bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chill the things down I take with me first, get them cold, and then I'll put them in there, and then I'm going to put in probably 1 bottle of 3 litre of ice, and then I'm going to put the things in there, and then I'm going to I don't know, put the reusable ice on top. Then I'm probably going to might cover it with something, and then see how it goes with the thermometer. I might get I got 2 thermometers. One, it can be a graph thermometer. The other is just a direct thermometer. So I'll probably put both in, and then check it from there. So that's the 2 choices I've got. As I said, this is smaller, easier to manage than that. But this one is definitely thicker walled, and bigger. Just depends how much room I have, but I think that one there might be the best. Okay, for the test I'm doing with this no ice in the cooler box, or eskies, or chili bins, whatever you want to call them, is I'm setting the parameters on my computer. The date is up the top here and the time. It's called my log, Derek's log. Sample points are 500 sample points every 5 minutes I'm setting it for. So the recording time will be 1 day, 17 hours and 40 minutes. So that's going to be more than I normally would be out in a boat, and that's what I'm doing this for, because I had to go out in a sailboat, and it's generally for either a day and a half. Okay, so the temperature, I've set that to a low of -5. Well, it shouldn't get down to -5. I don't want the alarm going off. High alarm of 30, and it's in Celsius. Humidity, I'm not sure about this, because I'm not doing anything to do with humidity, but I set it to 10%, and the high humidity alarm is 100%. Going to be in an esky, so there's going to be humidity in there. I'll have to see how it goes. So that's the parameters I'm setting this data log to. I can log it and put it onto the computer and see how it goes. Better than just having a thermometer in there. So what I do is I put it in there, and then I open it up several times a day, and then I'll be closing it up. It'll be hotter where I'm doing the test, because in a sailboat it'll be down on the floor, under the table, at waterline, which will be more of a constant temperature in there. It's a fiberglass boat, so I say that this is for when I go sailing mainly. Nothing to do when I go to a party, because the party you're only going to be there for a few hours, and the ice will definitely keep at that time. So yeah, that's the parameters of what I'm setting it for. Yeah. Well, I've decided to go with this cooler box or esky one, which is the 24 litre. That would be the most I would put in it. I might have a sandwich in there or something, but I tend to eat tin food when we go out in the boat. With simplicity. Don't heat anything up, so I've got 3 litres of frozen. These are not real cold, they're probably about 50%. They've been in the freezer for half an hour. Be a couple of cans of Coke and a couple of iced coffees. That's about what I would take. So I'm doing this experiment with this. So I'll put the ice in there. It won't be a whole bag going in. I'll just put you down there like that, and I'll get this no ice. Chuck it in here. Oh. Well, that's good. It took the whole bag. So, and then I'm going to put this sender in here. Just gonna have to get the sender's going to go on top, but I'll seal it up. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, and that's it there. It looks nice with the ice on top. I've noticed not all of them are frozen. And that was in there for over a day. See, that one there's not frozen. That one there's not frozen. So, don't know how this experiment's going. They're all frozen, but the ones on the inside of that bag weren't frozen. So it needs to be in there longer than a day to get them all frozen. But this will do for this experiment. On top of that, I'm putting a data recorder. I'm just going to bury it in the middle here, like that. Occasionally you'll see a green flash from that. That means it's recording. And I'll try it like that, but yeah, you can't. Actually, that one's not frozen either, so there's a lot of them not frozen in this. So this is not going to be a true experiment, but I'll see how it goes. Like that one there's not frozen, so they need to be in the freezer at least for 3 or 4 days. Anyway, some are and some aren't. So we'll close this up, we'll lock it down. That's locked down there now. Now I've got to put it out of this breeze. Yeah, so it's going to be like that. It's at the moment it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I do tend to go out in the boat in the afternoon and night and then come back the next afternoon. But sometimes it'll be the reversal. Sometimes we're going out in the morning, coming back the following morning. Which, and then as I say, which will probably be better because if I've got hot fish in there, I should keep better because the night will be cooler. But that's where I'm leaving it at the moment, just there. And I'll open it up. I know, come back 3 or 4 times, open up, pretend to take something out and then put it down again. Yeah, and I'll see how that goes. But yeah, that ice definitely didn't freeze. I had a deep freezer and it should have frozen, but it didn't. And that was over a day it was in there, so. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in this thermometer, which is designed for fridges. It'll be the top one. The bottom one is the air temperature, which is 32.3 degrees. I'm just going to open this up. Open this up, stick it in the bottom down there like that. So yeah, it's over there under the bottom corner, just down there. You can see it there, Kings. I'll lock this down again. Yeah, this is the second transmitter, which is the second one down there on the bottom. So you get inside the cooler and then the air temperature. So I'm just going to put it down on top of this bag of firewood here. And you can see it dropping inside. I'll come back in a couple of hours and see how it looks. Righto, okay, it's been 2 hours since I put it on. Outside air temperature is just under 29 and it's 2 degrees inside the cooler, which is perfect. Just going to open it up. I'll just take that off the top. Open it up, pretend I'm getting something out, which will be about 2 hours after I started. Open that up, have a look inside, pretend to get something out, and close it up again. Yeah, so if I went out in the afternoon like I did, I would probably get something out now. Maybe another time, and then we go to sleep. And then I get up the next morning. Sometimes it's only just an overnight we go. I'll put that back up on top. Yeah. So you can see the temperature there. The data logger is logging it, so I'll get the graph out at the end. So it is 2 degrees inside the cooler, which is a perfect temperature for a fridge. Should be between 0 and 4. I work in fridges all the time, so that's what I'm quoting. And the outside temperature I said is just below 29 degrees Celsius. I'm talking Celsius, of course. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it go anyway tonight and get back in the morning and have a look. Okay, it's now 8:30 at night. The outside temperature is 28. That's Celsius at 8:30 at night. And the fridge, esky, cooler box, or what do you want to call it, is 1 degree C. So you can see it up the top, 1 degree C, and the outside air temperature from that sender down there is 28. %75% humidity in there, which is expected. Okay, it's now been 15 hours since I put it on. The esky chili bin, whatever you want to call it, is 1 degree. Outside temperature is 20.6, which is that sender down there. The other sender's inside. So what I'm going to do now is take out some things, like I've been using them, and then close it up again. Yeah, so that's what I've left in it. Some of them are still frozen, some of them are liquid, and that were liquid before I put it in, so I'm going to close it up. And seal it. Okay, put that back on top. That's what I took out. So okay, over the time I would have drank 6 beers maybe, 2, 3 each, 3 for me and 3 for a friend. Probably would drink 3 waters. Don't drink soft drink at all, but I might have one. I might have had 1 iced coffee or 2. Anyway, whatever I wouldn't drink, I would take as place of a sandwich or something. So that's been removed out of the esky. It's 1.3 degrees and the outside air temperature is 27.8. It's now 12:30 in the afternoon. And it's 1.1 degrees inside, and the outdoor air temperature here is 34 degrees. So it's still 1 degree in there. Well, it's been 24 hours now since I've started this experiment with this reusable ice and an ice block. Outside temperature is 30 degrees at the moment, and the inside temperature is 1.8. It's slowly creeping up. I have opened it up a couple of times, and I'm just going to open up now. Most of this, all of this ice is, it feels like it's most of it. That one there's got a bit of ice in it still, so, but most of it is water. It's still cold. This frozen brick is still half frozen. Yeah, so I'm just going to leave it there now till tomorrow morning. Put it down there. Yeah, so 1.8 it is, and the air temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, 1.8 inside. Well, it's nearly been 38 hours. Yeah, it's been 38 hours since I started the test. Inside the esky is 6.6 degrees and the outside air temperature is 25.8. So you can say that the ice isn't working really well, but it's still cool. So I'm just going to open it up and have a quick look. This is the end of the experiment anyway. Yeah, the bottles themselves, so that's the centre in there. Don't need that anymore. And still cold. That's the data logger. Take that out. There's a bit of ice left in that. About a quarter of the ice. But these are all melted. Oh, yeah, they're all melted. Oh, a couple of them have got a bit of ice still in them. Yeah, a couple of them have got ice in them. Not many, but the ones that are around that frozen bottle have got ice. That one there's got a little bit of ice left in it. Yeah, you wouldn't get much more out of this. So the temperature is rising. That one there's got a bit of ice in it. Yes, there's a couple of them have got a little bit of ice in them. They're probably the ones that were frozen solidly from the start. Yeah. Well, all in all, the experiment is successful. It is reusable ice, yeah, but it needs to be in the freezer longer than a couple of days. Well, I'm just going to go over things. Dew point is the temperature which the air must be cooled to become saturated with water vapour, causing condensation like dew or fog to form. The dew point is the temperature that air of a constant and absolute humidity and pressure must be cooled in order for the relative humidity to rise to 100%. So dew point, feeling hot and bothered, it's not the humidity, it's the dew point. So basically dew point's got nothing to do with this. So that's the graph there. You can see the red line here is the temperature. It goes right through there like that. Now this is the point here, that point there where the blue line is where I took all this stuff out. So yeah, the few times I opened it up didn't affect it at all, but that time there I had it open for a while, took a lot of the stuff out, and then the temperature dropped down again, and then you can see slowly it increased until I took it out. So the ice worked well, provided a constant temperature inside, and yeah, so that's a data logger data. The bottom lines are nothing to do with anything, is the low alarm, so I set it to off the scale. High alarm is up here. I knew it would never reach that. And the top line here, the yellow up here, that is relative humidity inside the esky. Well, you expect that from having ice in there. So, but yeah, the most important one is that red line down the bottom, and probably the dew point line that's parallel with it. Well, I hope you like this video about this product, which is EZEE FREEZE reusable ice. It was definitely, when I was unpacking it, it was definitely pretty cold down the bottom, and there were several of them were still half frozen, those cubes. So if I started with all of them being totally frozen, it'd probably be a lot better. So you could say it'll go a day and a half easily with one bottle. So if I had 2 3-litre bottles of frozen water plus the cubes, it would work even better. Okay, hope you like this video. If you do, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Cheers.